All right. Let's dive right into this mountain of bartending stuff you've got for us. Looks like someone's been doing their research, huh? I gotta say, it's got me kind of curious too.
Yeah, it's pretty fascinating stuff.
There's got to be more to it than just, knowing how to pour a beer.
Right.
Right.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
What I find so captivating is that there's this whole other side to bartending that most people don't even realize. I mean, yeah, you picture someone slinging drinks on a busy night, and that's definitely part of it. But these guides,
Right.
they reveal this whole other level,
Yeah.
like of artistry
Artistry. Okay.
and career potential. That's
Wow.
really remarkable.
Okay, so artistry behind the bar. What are we even talking about there?
Have you ever like ordered a really, really well-made cocktail? Something that felt more like an experience than just a drink.
Oh, for sure.
That's kind of what we're talking about with mixology.
Okay.
It's taking that knowledge of spirits and flavors, even just like the presentation, and crafting something truly unique.
So like instead of just like rum and coke, it's like
Okay,
a
sure.
whole
It's an art form.
it's like the difference between, like a home cook and a gourmet chef.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And just like, you've got molecular gastronomy, craft
Yes.
brewing,
Right. Yeah.
bartending is kind of seeing a similar shift
Yeah.
where it's
What?
like there's this demand for that specialized knowledge and that crafted experience.
Okay, that's actually really fascinating. But on the flip side, this guy does not shy away from like the hard parts of bartending, right? Late nights,
Okay.
dealing with, spirited customers, the rush of Friday night.
Oh, yeah, for sure. These sources do not sugarcoat it. It is physically demanding work. You're on your feet for hours on end.
Yeah.
And yeah, handling intoxicated or, difficult customers. That comes with the territory, for sure.
Which actually reminds me there was a whole section in here on like how to handle difficult customers, how to make sure that people are drinking responsibly. That's like a lot of responsibility.
It is a ton of responsibility. Like these guides really emphasize that you're not just there to serve drinks.
Yeah.
You're responsible for creating an environment that is safe and enjoyable for literally everyone.
Right.
So that means following all the guidelines, you're checking IDs, recognizing signs of intoxication, knowing how to de-escalate a situation if you need to.
So you're like a host, a therapist, and a drink connoisseur,
All in one.
all rolled into one.
Exactly. And that actually brings up another really fascinating point that I feel like these guys highlight, which is the evolution of technology, even in the bartending world.
Oh, interesting.
We're talking about mobile ordering systems, digital menus, and, wait for it, even automated bartenders.
Hold on. Automated bartenders. Okay, now you've got to tell me more about this. Are we talking like robot mixologists here?
Not quite robots shaking cocktails, not yet at least.
Okay.
But these automated systems, they can mix drinks,
Wow.
like with incredible precision.
Really?
Yeah, following like these pre-programmed recipes, or even like customizing them based on what the customer wants.
So it's like it can make like the classics, but it can also do like custom stuff too.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
That is both really cool and also kind of intimidating if you're like thinking about becoming a bartender, right? Like, are robots going to take my job?
It's a good question, and it's actually something that the guide talks about.
Okay.
Because while, yeah, automation might change some of the tasks that bartenders do,
Right.
that human element, I think, is always going to be super essential in this field.
Yeah, because I mean, it's not just about the drinks, right? Like
Exactly.
when you go to a bar, it's about the experience.
Yeah, it's that connection, having conversations, getting recommendations from the bartender, It's like someone who can read the room and be like, okay, this person needs a laugh, this person needs me to listen to them, or this person just needs a really good old-fashioned.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
And that's where all those core skills that we always talk about, communication, customer service, making people feel comfortable,
Right.
that's where those really come in.
So it's like it's more than just knowing the drinks. It's knowing how to like talk to people, make them feel welcome.
Yes. And these guides, they really stress how important it is to build a rapport with customers.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
how do you handle those difficult situations with grace?
Right.
And even like upselling, hey, you want to try this drink special?
Oh, yeah. Because you got to be a bit of a salesperson too, right?
Oh, for sure.
Like you got to know the menu. You got to be able to offer recommendations.
Absolutely. And I remember reading this one anecdote in the guide, and it was about this bartender
Okay, yeah.
who like created this whole backstory for their signature cocktail,
Oh, wow.
using like all local ingredients and weaving in the city's history.
That's next level.
I know, right?
See, that's what I mean. Like it can be such a creative outlet.
Exactly. And it's not just about like the drinks themselves. This guide, it really opened my eyes to just like how many career paths can actually stem from bartending?
Oh yeah, the career advancement section, I was like shocked by how many different
It's
things you
crazy.
can do. It's like it's not just about being head bartender, which awesome.
Yeah, right.
But like you can be a bar manager, a beverage director, even a bar consultant.
Yeah, it's a career ladder with like serious potential for growth.
That's amazing.
Like imagine using your knowledge to design a bar menu for like a whole restaurant
Wow.
or curate like their entire cocktail list or even advise on like the layout and the design of new bars and restaurants.
Oh my gosh.
Like that's what a bar consultant gets to do.
Okay, that sounds like a dream job.
Right.
But I'm assuming that to get to that level, it takes like a lot of dedication.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like the guide really stresses continuous learning,
Oh, okay.
attending workshops, staying up to date on all the trends, mastering new mixing techniques, maybe even like competing in those really prestigious cocktail competitions.
Ooh, yeah, those competitions are like a whole other thing.
Oh yeah, they're intense.
Like the pressure must be unreal.
I could only imagine. But I mean, what an incredible way to like really sharpen your skills,
Totally.
showcase your creativity,
Yeah.
and like make a name for yourself.
It's like the Super Bowl of cocktails, you know.
Right.
But I will say, you know, beyond the competitions and the fancy titles and everything,
Yeah.
this whole deep dive has really highlighted like the human side of bartending.
Oh,
It really is about the connections, the shared moments, you know?
yeah, absolutely. It's like what makes it more than just a job.
Yeah.
And the guide even had this whole section on like interview questions.
Oh, yeah.
And I was really struck by how many of them were focused on like those soft skills.
Oh, interesting.
Like how would you handle a customer who's having a bad day?
Right.
Or like how would you make someone who's sitting at the bar alone feel welcome?
Totally. It's like you're a friend, you're a confidant,
Right.
you're like the creator of good vibes.
Yeah.
But then also, you got to remember everyone's drink order
Exactly.
and make sure the bar's running smoothly.
It's a delicate balance for sure.
That is.
It takes like a really unique set of skills and personality traits.
Right.
And it reinforces that idea that like great bartenders, they're not just born, they're made.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They put in the work, they hone their craft.
They build their knowledge.
Yes.
It makes you think, like, what kind of atmosphere would you create?
Oh, it's a good question.
If you were behind the bar, what would your, like, signature drink be?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm a sucker for a classic old fashioned,
Okay.
but I think I'd have to put like my own spin on it.
Oh, nice. What would your spin be?
Maybe something with like a little local flavor, you know?
I like that. Mine would definitely have to be something bright and citrusy. Maybe with like a fun garnish or something.
Done.
Something that just screams good times.
Yes. I love it. See, you're already thinking like a mixologist. I think this deep dive really just like opened my eyes to just like the amount of creativity and artistry that goes on behind the bar.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not just making drinks. It's like you said, it's crafting and experience,
Yeah.
building connections.
Making people's days.
Yeah, adding a little sparkle.
It's like turning that can I get you a drink moment
yeah.
into something really special.
Exactly.
So if you're out there listening and you're feeling that pull toward like the world of bartending,
yeah.
maybe it's time to like go for it.
Why not?
Embrace the challenge, learn the craft, find your style.
Totally.
Who knows? Maybe someday you'll be the one crafting those perfect drinks, sharing your stories.
Yes.
Cheers to that.
Yeah.